Right before we begin today's video, if you'd like to receive alerts about some of the best credit card offers, go to this link down below in the description to subscribe to my all-new credit card offer alerts. Simply enter your name and email and I'll start sending you those alerts for free. Hold on a second. Before you go pay for that flight, hotel, or rental car, you'll want to watch the cards mentioned in this video because some of these can actually turn your paid flight now into a free flight later on. That's the beauty of travel credit cards, and we're going to go over some of the best ones in the industry right now. Let's start with the flights. It pretty much goes without saying that right now, the Amex Platinum card is the best card to use for flights. You'll get 5 points per dollar for every $1 that you spend on the card in the flights category, as long as you book them directly with the airline websites or through Amex's own travel portal, on up to $500,000 on total flight purchases per year. One of the things that I and so many other people love about this category on this card is that you do have the freedom to book wherever you want on the airline websites. You don't have to use Amex's portal, which is a trend that we're seeing now with so many other cards that are portal driven. Kind of like this next card, which is the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Now this one does have a very rewarding category, like the Amex Platinum. It also gives you 5 points per dollar on flights, but only when you book them through the Chase travel portal. But it does redeem itself here as well. For those of you who don't like to use third-party portals and would rather book directly with the airline websites, you do have the option to also earn 3 points per dollar on travel worldwide. And that broad travel category does include flights. Another great card for flights is the Capital One Venture X. Continuing with our 5 point per dollar trend here, this one also earns 5 miles per dollar on your flights, but only when you book them through the Capital One travel portal. If you choose not to use the portal, that's still okay, but you'll earn a lesser 2 miles per dollar on this card. Then we have a really unique offering here that most people probably don't think about much. It's the Citi Custom Cash Card, and this one is marketed as a cashback credit card, giving you 5% back on your top eligible spend category on up to $500 spent each billing cycle. A lot of stuff to unpack there, so let me do it quickly and simply. 5% cashback is issued to you as Citi Thank You points, so 5 points per $1. Your top eligible category comes from this list right here on the screen. There's a whole bunch of them, and it includes select travel, which includes flights. What happens here is that Citi identifies all the things that you spent on your card in a given billing cycle, and whichever one got the most amount of spend, for example flights, they'll automatically give you the 5% cashback or 5 points per dollar. So if you want to guarantee that you'll earn 5 points per dollar on your flights, just use this card exclusively for flights, at least for that billing cycle, and you'll be guaranteed to get it. Another excellent option to look at is the much newer Wells Fargo Autograph Journey card. This one issues you 4 points per dollar on airlines. Similar to the Amex Platinum card, you can book these flights directly with the airlines, so AA.com, Delta.com, United.com, so on and so forth, and get your 4 points per dollar. No need to use Wells Fargo's portal. We also see that here with our next card, the US Bank Altitude Connect Visa Signature card. This one gives you 4 points per dollar on a broad travel category. Another excellent return without having to use a bank-specific portal. Now when it comes to the Citi Strata Premier card, we see something a little bit different. This gives you 3 points per dollar on a lot of great categories, but it's not travel in general. However, it does include air travel specifically. You can book that air travel through Citi's portal or directly with the airlines as well. And finally, a cashback option that so few people ever think about. This is the Venmo credit card here. And if you look at the way it's structured, it gives you 3% cashback on your eligible top spend category. Here's a list of all of them from the terms and conditions directly, and note that one of them here is travel and it does include airlines. How about a summary of all this? So here are the cards for flights that give you a great return on your spend, and we'll start here with the travel section, meaning the travel reward points are the currency that you'll earn for your rewards. I also just realized that I forgot to mention the Chase Sapphire Preferred, so I'll put that here on the screen as well with its own little section. This one earns 5 points per dollar on broad travel, including flights, but only through the Chase portal. Otherwise, it's 2 points per dollar. Then if you prefer cashback rewards, a lot of these cards still work just fine as well because you get at least 1 cent per point for the following programs listed out here. Notice I removed the Amex Platinum card and the Capital One Venture X because their points or miles earned on those cards are horrendous for cashback. You get like half the value or close to that. So we're not going to use those for cashback at all, but the ones that give you at least 1 full cent per point will be included. And of course, I then brought in the Venmo credit card as well. Lastly, on the far side here, I'm going to mention airline credit cards as a broad category. If you are super loyal to American, Alaska, etc., and you only want to earn the points or miles in that program and spend toward elite status and just have your whole world be around one airline and its partners, then that's totally fine. Go ahead and get an airline card if that's what makes you happy. However, the reason why I didn't mention any of those throughout the video so far is because A, some of you may not have specific loyalty, or if I say, the United card is amazing, but you fly Delta, it has no value to you. And secondarily, all the cards we mentioned in this section earn very flexible and or transferable points. So you can use them for a wide variety of airlines, and that way you're not boxed into just one airline and only its partners. In general, I tend to recommend airline credit cards for their perks or benefits, like a free check bag, priority boarding, in-flight discounts on your purchases, stuff like that. Not so much for spending long term. A little side note here, as we go over so many different types of cards, many of which are from different banks, you might find 2 or more that you like to use together. If that's the case, you might find a lot of value in today's sponsor, MAXREWARDS, to help you manage different types of cards and benefits. MAXREWARDS is an app that allows you to manage your credit cards, rewards, and benefits all in one place. This includes seeing when your bills are due, tracking your sign-up bonuses, monitoring your credit scores, and more. It gives you a great scrollable list of all the transactions you've made across all of your cards, plus it shows you how many rewards you've earned for those transactions. And since we all want to earn as many points, miles, or cash back as possible, the best card feature shows you which of your cards will earn the most amount of rewards on every transaction you make by category or by location. One of the features that I use all the time with MAXREWARDS at the gold level is the ability to automatically activate all of your Amex, Chase, and other offers that are linked to your card. So if you'd like to try MAXREWARDS, either the totally free version or the elevated gold tier with even more features, click the link down below in the description to get a 1-week free trial at the gold level, and also a 1-month discount when you use the link or by adding the code MARKR. Now back to our discussion of the best travel cards. Our next category for travel is going to be hotels, and a lot of the cards will be the same, but the reward multipliers will actually be quite different for some of these cards. Looking to the Chase Sapphire Reserve again, now we can earn 10 points per dollar on hotels, excluding any ones that belong to the Edit collection, when you purchase those through the Chase Travel Portal. But outside of the Chase Portal, you can still earn 3 points per dollar under the broad travel category. Same thing goes here for the Capital One Venture X. 10 miles per dollar on hotels when you book them through the Capital One Travel Portal. Otherwise, it's 2 miles per dollar. The Citi Custom Cash pulls its weight once again with this category. Again, 5% back on your top eligible spend category. If it happens to be Select Travel, which includes hotels, then you're good to go. Just be aware of that $500 cap per billing cycle. Back over to the Wells Fargo Autograph Journey card, you can now earn 5 points per dollar on hotels, independent of whether you book them through Wells Fargo or even directly with the hotel websites. Once again, we have the US Bank Altitude Connect giving you 4 points per dollar on travel, including hotels. And we also have this Citi Strata Premier again, but now because we're talking about hotels, there's a special category for this when you book them through Citi's travel portal, and it gives you 10 points per dollar. If you decide not to go through the portal, maybe you find a better price on the hotel website, you can still get 3 points per dollar on all of your other hotel purchases booked through those types of channels. And should you prefer cashback rewards, the Venmo credit card is also quite useful here. Remember, it gives you 3% back in your top eligible spend category. One of the eligible categories is travel, and that does include hotels. And how about another summary? Here are all the ones that earn great rewards for hotels for travel points specifically, all listed out here with the multipliers. Again, whenever you see a higher one with portal in parentheses, that means you get it via the portal. If the word portal is not below the multiplier, then that means you can still earn those rewards directly with the hotel sites. Once again, I also forgot to mention the Sapphire Preferred, so we'll add that here again in its own little island over here on the side. This one again gets 5 points per dollar on all travel through the Chase portal. That does include hotels here, but if you're not booking through the portal, then it's just 2 points per dollar. Expanding this now down to the cashback rewards category. If you prefer cash, a lot of the cards still work just fine because their points still hold good value for cash, meaning 1 cent per point at least. The one that we're going to kick out, though, is going to be the Capital One Venture X, because those miles get cut in half for their value when you redeem for cash back. So we can't include that, but we'll add in that Venmo card there at 3%. I'm also making a brief mention there in the corner for hotel credit cards. A lot of those have big multipliers like 5, 6, 7, 10x for the brands within those portfolios. So a Marriott card for a Marriott stay, Wyndham for Wyndham, IHG for IHG, so on and so forth. Again, like the airline cards we mentioned earlier, hotel cards can be great for their perks and benefits like elite status, free night certificates, and more. They're usually not great for everyday spending, but if you're going to spend on them, then the hotel category tends to give you the biggest outsized value. Having said that, all the cards we covered in this section are great general, flexible, or sometimes even transferable points. And therefore, I and many other people value these types of points way more than the ones from a specific program. Our final specific category for this video will be rental cars. Now, the first one here that we've seen before is going to be the Sapphire Reserve again. It still earns 10 points per dollar on car rentals when you book them through the Chase Travel Portal. Outside of that, it's triple points. The Capital One Venture X follows in those footsteps, giving you 10 miles per dollar on the rental cars that you book through the Capital One Travel Portal. Otherwise, it's 2x. The City Custom Cash still holds strong here, giving you 5% or 5 points per dollar on your top eligible spend category. One of the eligible ones here is Select Transit. And when you look at the actual terms for that, transit in this case does include rental cars. Going back over to Chase, we now have the Sapphire Preferred. This one gives you 5 points per dollar on travel through the Chase Travel Portal. That will include rental cars as well, but if you decide to book them directly with the rental car company websites instead, you'll earn double points on that. The US Bank Altitude Connect that we discussed earlier still earns 4x points on travel, including rental cars under that category. And then with the City Strata Premier, we now have 10x points again for the car rental section. And here's where we have a distinction worth paying attention to. That's only if you book those cars through the City Travel Portal that you get those 10x points. Outside of that, though, there is no 3x category for rental cars if you were to book them directly with the rental car website. Looking over those other 3 point per dollar categories, it does mention specifically air travel and other hotel purchases, but not rental cars or any other type of travel. And then we've got our Venmo credit card once again, giving you 3% back on your eligible top spend category, one of which is transportation, and that includes rental cars. And now, giving you a summary of all of that, here we have the ones that work well for earning travel-specific points, and then we also have the ones below that for cash back, many of which are the same again here, but also including the Venmo card, but taking out the Capital One Venture X. I'm also going to highlight a few of these here with yellow font, that way you can see that those have primary rental car insurance as well. Whenever I'm making a video that covers so many cards, there's not enough time to go in depth about all the individual benefits and compare 8 cards together. But this one specifically was worth calling out because it's so valuable to have. At this point in the video, you probably notice a trend here. Some of these cards have a general travel category that's kind of all-encompassing, while others call out specifically just flights or rental cars or whatever it may be. So now to answer the question of which cards have a general travel category, here they are. The Chase Sapphire Reserve earns 3 points per dollar on travel broadly. It has no cap to how many points you can earn, and yes, it does offer you transfer partners. For the Chase Sapphire Preferred, you can earn 5 points per dollar on travel broadly, only through the Chase Travel Portal. Otherwise, 2x points on travel broadly outside of Chase. There is no cap to how many points you can earn, and yes, you get access to transfer partners. The US Bank Altitude Connect gives you 4 points per dollar on travel, also no cap to how many points you can earn here, but it does not have access to transfer partners, points being worth 1 cent each. We then have the City Custom Cash Card, giving you 5% or 5 points per dollar on up to $500 each one of your billing cycles, and one of the eligible categories is going to be travel. However, this card gives you no access to travel transfer partners on its own, but if you do couple it with the more premium card like the City Strata Premier, then yes, together you will get access to transfer partners. And finally, the Venmo card gives you 3% back in your top eligible spend category, one of which can be travel. There is no cap here to how much you can earn, and as a cashback card, there's no access to transfer partners. And to conclude this video, you might still have some other travel-related categories that were not covered here. For example, cruises or activities or tours, maybe even smaller regional airlines that may not have a well-established program, and you're wondering, will my seaplane work for normal air travel? So for all of that type of stuff there, what I simply suggest is getting a general card that has like a double mile or double point category. Two great examples here are the Capital One Venture X and the regular Capital One Venture Rewards card. The base rate here that you earn is double miles on all of your purchases with no cap. All of your miles are worth 1 cent each at a minimum toward travel. And yes, you also get access to transfer partners. That way you still get a great return. You don't have to worry about any more categories or carrying 7 cards for one single vacation. And that's a wrap for our best travel credit cards available right now, at least from a point earning potential. When it comes to things like lounge access, VIP benefits, elite status, and protections, we'll have to save that for some other video, so this one won't go on for 5 hours. Before you go though, check out the links down below in the description area to earn some more cash back when you shop online through Rakuten. You can even switch your reward preference from cashback to Amex membership rewards points if you like. To sign up for MAXREWARDS to better manage multiple cards, benefits, and more all in one place. And to view my site with some great credit card offers that you can now filter down by rewards category, benefit, and more. That way you can quickly find the ones that you like best. Thank you all for watching. I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.